So last week I asked my AI to do something for me. I asked it to book a Goa trip for me. I did not ask it a question. I asked it to do a work for me, and it did. It completely booked the Goa trip for me for the weekend, and it booked it in my calendar, booked the hotels, booked the flight tickets, emailed them to me, and everything. It did it so seamlessly. So an agent is basically something like a brain with hands and tools that it uses. Think of it like a carpenter, right? A carpenter has needs to have skills. A carpenter needs tools to use them so that he can build a table or a chair. An agent is similar. You give it a goal. You give the agent a goal of, say, building a table. The goal has three things. So the agent needs the three components: the agent, the brain itself, the skills that are needed to build the chair, and the tools, the hammers and the nails and stuff. So you give the agent a goal, and uses these things to go and achieve the goal for you. So let's get into the skills, right? The skills are basically the training. Assume you have a new assistant that you have, but they don't know how you work. They don't know your preference, right? And so assume you give them a skill file and tell them, hey, this is how things work around here in our company, and you have to follow this. That's similarly how a skill works with an agent. In our case, the carpenter. So the carpenter needs to know how to use his hands to achieve, and how the hands should use those tools to achieve the goal. Those are skills. The carpenter skills are from his experience, and agent's skills are from a text file that we pass to it. So in my case, in my Goa trip, I had asked my AI agent to book only beachside hotels. I don't like layovers. I prefer morning times. I don't prefer late night travels. I had given it a set of instructions that it can use to book my trip. And it perfectly followed it line by line. And it went on a loop till it achieved its goal. It's similar to how a carpenter would do to build a chair. And so this skill makes the agent yours. It makes it your own personal agent. It's not making it smarter, it's just making it more usable for you. Assume the carpenter just had the skills, right? He has no hands, or if he has no tools, he can't still build a chair. The next thing that he needs is the hands, MCP servers. So the MCP servers are basically something that's very uh, widely adopted in the AI world now. Assume USB-C, right? There was once a day when our drawers were full of tangled cables, because every company and every product out there had their own type of cable, their own type of plugs, their own ports. So we had to have so many types of ports and cables for each product, and it was all tangled, and we didn't know what to do. Then USB-C came in. So we could use USB-C for literally everything out there: your smartwatch, your laptops, your phones, your speakers. So assume this it's a similar moment for AI. MCPs are like the USB-C. MCP is Model Context Protocol. It is basically a tool or hands that the agent uses to achieve its goal. You build MCP once, and it works everywhere. Previously, before MCP, an agent, if it wanted to, say, access a hotel booking website, it had to write its own specific and custom code to access the website. And if it were a different AI agent, it had to write its own separate code. You had to reinvent the wheel again and again. So what happened is people started building common MCP servers that AI agents can use to achieve its goal. So the hotel website built its own MCP servers, or open sourced community people build their own MCP servers. They build it once, and it works everywhere. MCP servers give the AI agent actions, datas, and shortcuts. So if you wanted, if the agent had to book a flight, the hotel flight bookings MCP server gave it the actions that it needed. It gave it the data that the agent needed to check the flights. It also gave it shortcuts so that agent need not reinvent the wheel again and again to take the same actions. And MCP's adoption is growing fast. It has grown about 900%, I believe, in the last 1 year, and everyone is adopting it. And it's very useful, especially in the AI world, because competitors like ChatGPT, OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, Anthropic, they've all agreed to adopt to the same common protocol for the wider world. So everyone can use the same MCP server seamlessly between AI agents, irrespective of what kind of model they use. And there is some real talk that's going on here, especially in the security angle. MCPs are relatively new, and there are a lot of MCP servers out there that are half baked, that are abandoned, they are not secured, and there are a lot of security events that happened recently because of bad MCP servers. So we are still in the early phases. It's a very powerful tool, but I'm giving you a caution that not all MCP servers are good enough to be used. Let's take the example, right? The carpenter, he has skills. The carpenter is the agent that you have. He has skills based with his experience. He has tools using his hands and the hammer and the nails to build the uh, chair. So the carpenter needs to have all these three components to achieve his goal. If he has does not have his brains or his skills, he can't really know how to build a chair. If he doesn't have the skills that he has gained from his experience, he can't build the chair. If he doesn't have the tools, sure, he is very good in building things, but if he doesn't have the tool, he can't build the chair. So this is what an agent is, and these are the three components that are very essential for the agentic era. So the agent decides, it teaches, and it connects. So let's go back to the Goa trip, right? Now I hope you understand how I used my AI agent to completely book my trip. It was seamless. Believe me, you can literally do the same thing in your use case, whatever you have to do. If you have a repetitive task in your day-to-day life, you can use an agent with a skill and an MCP server to do things for you, and you can actually devote your time to much more productive task. It can be in your business, it can be in your personal life, it can be anywhere. And yeah, so that those are the things that I wanted to talk about in today's video. And I'm curious what kind of agents you are building, what you would like to build. Leave it in a comment and I'll be happy to respond.